Now this has been really interesting. I was just crunching the numbers and we spent basically nothing. It's unbelievable how cheap you can live here. Alright, well, good morning. So today is, today's actually my least favorite day of the month. All my bills are due. I have to pay my rent, my electricity, my water bill, my internet's due, my phone bill, it's all due on the same day. Now many people ask me, how much money do you need to live in Thailand? Can you live in Bangkok? Really cheap? Can you live on $1,000 a month? And I believe you can. In today's video, I'll give you an in-depth look at my monthly expenses. We'll come up with a daily budget with what's left, and I'll show you just how easy this can be. So anyway, first, breakfast. Now, Bangkok has these great local markets and local food courts everywhere. This one here is called Midtown Asok. I actually come here quite a bit. It's a great selection and the food is really, really cheap. Let me show you. I get my breakfast from that place quite frequently and I've shown it in quite a few of my videos, but the reason is it's close to me, it's easy, it's delicious and unbelievably cheap. This is my barbecue wonton noodles, 40 baht. Great way to start the day. For me personally, I don't really like typical Western breakfast, cereal or toast or something like that, but if you did enjoy that, that's a great way to cut down your costs even further. So I usually spend around this on my breakfast each day, 40 baht. You can get this, there's other street food options, or 7-Eleven has microwavable food as well. But I think if you want a hot meal, around 40 baht is what you're gonna spend. Wow, great breakfast, feeling good. All right, let's go through my monthly expenses. Then we'll come up with a daily budget of what's left and what we can spend each day. Now first up is rent, and I'm not going to use my place for this because I currently pay 15,000 baht per month rent, and that's too high if you wanted to live on $1,000 per month. If you were to be living here on that budget, you'd want to get somewhere for around 7,000 baht per month. Now you can actually get surprisingly good places for this amount of money. I personally recommend websites like RentHub and HipFlat. They're a great way to find places, and then once you find a place, you can actually negotiate the price down and get them down even further than that. So I've inspected plenty of 7,000 baht per month rooms, and they're actually surprisingly good. So let's say you found a place for 7,000 baht. Now let's go through the monthly bills. So this one here is my water bill. It comes to 72 baht for the month was my water expense. My electricity bill was 2,100 baht per month. That's pretty standard for me. I pretty much have, you can see I've got a little ducted air conditioning behind me here. The only times I turn that off is if I'm going out for a couple of days or I won't be coming back home. So anytime I'm just sort of in and out of the house, I basically just leave it on. I did 1 month when I was like much more strict with it. I would turn it off when I didn't need it, when I'd be out of the house and everything. And I found the difference wasn't that much for me to worry about anyway. So for my home internet Wi-Fi, I use AIS, and that's 250 baht per month. That just gets deducted from my account every month. So the last thing is my phone bill for each month. I use True Mobile and I pay 300 baht per month, and I get unlimited everything basically for that much. So $1,000 comes to just over 33,000 baht. So as I said, my monthly expenses are just under 10,000 baht. So we'll take 10,000 off that, you're left with 23,000 baht. Now if you divide that over an average month, you're left with about 754 baht per day, which is actually a decent amount of money to be able to spend each day. My breakfast was only 40 baht, so we'll take that off and I'll show you what the rest of the day looks like. So for me on a typical day after breakfast, this is where I sit down and get my editing. This is where I make money instead of spending money. So I do my editing work that I need to get done for the day. So time to start. Right, so my work for the day is done. It is a beautiful day, as you can see. Let's get outside and enjoy it. So I am just off to get some lunch now. Now, a great tip for when you're getting lunch is to find the places that the local people eat at. So a lot of the places, if you go around, like around the tourist areas, around Nanan, a lot of the restaurants off Sukhumvit Road and places like that, you end up paying way more than you should for those meals. The same meals that you get in the local Thai places for much, much cheaper. Now, my best advice for how to do that is to just ask people, you know, you don't have to like walk up to someone in the street and just ask some random person, but you know, if you're in a 7-Eleven or if you go into another shop, you can ask them where they like to eat lunch or if they can recommend anywhere in the area, and that's where you'll find the best places. So these little local places are great once you can find them. It's the biggest challenge is finding them. Once you know a place, you can come back there, and it's always more daunting the first time you come in somewhere, especially if there's no menu in English or whatever. So anyway, the people here, they're really helpful. Most of the people, you know, they speak enough English to be able to help you get what you need. So I got a pad krapao. This was 45 bahts, unbelievably cheap. Let's eat. Well, that's really good. So I know I always say like how good the food is, and I'm like, oh, this lunch is amazing. But it's true, I very, very rarely have a meal I don't like. And this, I love. Oh man, great lunch, feeling good, I'm full. Need to go for a walk after that. So that's just a little hole in the wall place, a couple of 100 meters up Soi 21 from Sukhumvit Road. Really good. Popped into a 7-Eleven to get myself a little mini Red Bull. I don't have these every day, but just I like them sometimes. I don't drink coffee, so this is where I get my caffeine fix from. So my plan now is I'm just going for a little bit of a walk. I've got a 4-hour podcast to get through, so I'm not going to do it all now. I'll try and get through a little bit of it, but I just like being outdoors. I'm going to go for a walk down to the park. Yeah, just spend some time outside. So I've just come around to the new Central Forest Park. It's my first time coming here. They've only just like redone this place and just opened it up. It's really cool. It's a little bit different to what I expected. It looked a little bit nicer in the photos, but it's still great to have this big open green space. Like I said, I'm just going for a walk and listening to a podcast, so this is perfect. Alright, so I've just come out to grab some dinner. Now I'm going to Terminal 21 Mall. There's great food in there and it's really, really cheap as well. So it's funny, you would normally think that malls are a more expensive place to eat, but this one, Terminal 21, there's one here, there's one in Pattaya. They're really good. The food court is unbelievably cheap there. Let's go. So check this out. I got all of this, everything, all of this included. 85 baht. It's like $2.50 or something ridiculous like that. Dinner, a drink. Oh, I can't believe it. I come here all the time. This place is great. The food is good too. Top, straight out of the fryer. completely stuffed. I can't even do anything. Oh, I need to go for a walk, I think. All right, great dinner. I am so full. I don't think I needed the extra gyoza, but they taste so good, so whatever. It's funny, I had someone ask me in the comments today, how do you not gain weight there in Thailand? You know, all the food's so carb heavy and everything. You know, I do a lot of walking, so that helps, but I am still slowly putting on weight here. I think it's mostly the beers. Alright, so I'm just back at home now. This has been really interesting. I was just crunching the numbers and we spent 193 baht today, which is basically nothing. It's unbelievable how cheap you can live here. And I wanted to show you the cheaper end of how you can do things here so you can see what the possibilities are. See, today was a cheaper day for me because I had a lot of work to do, and then when I went out, I basically just went for a walk around, so that didn't cost me anything at all. But I think this gives you a really good idea of how cheap you can actually do it. So obviously some days will be more expensive than others, but the theory is that if you can spend this little on some days, you save up more to spend on other days throughout the month. My biggest expense is going out and socializing, really. You know, a big night out can still cost you quite a bit of money. So if you go to an expensive place, maybe like Khao San Road or something like that, that's one of the more expensive places around Nana, these common touristy areas. That's where you have the more expensive nights, and you can spend, I want to say between 1,000 and 2,000 baht on a big night there. But on the other side of that, you can actually go to Thai bars as well. So I go to a great, it's like a night market slash Thai bar with Kay, and we only spend, you know, we go there quite frequently, and it's really cheap there because it's only catered to Thai people. So on a big night, we'll spend only maybe 1,000 baht between the two of us, so around 500 each. That's on dinner and drinks. So it is like a night market style, but there's a live band and a really good atmosphere there. So that's something I really enjoy doing as well. Of course, you will have other expenses from time to time, like you need to buy new clothes or you need to get a haircut and things like that. They're things to take into account, but with how much money that we save today and just having a cheap day, you can easily afford those things. And then I guess the only other things I didn't really talk about is water. So you can buy these cost these 1.5, I think they're 1.5 litre. They are 2 for 20 baht from a 7-Eleven, but you can actually refill them for 1 baht each. So I try and drink like 2 of these in a day, and if you use the refill machines, that's only 2 baht per day in water. And the other thing is insurance. So insurance is compulsory here in Thailand at the moment, but that's only just for now while we've got the whole COVID restrictions going on. That will end at some stage. That's not a thing that's going to be forever. So me personally, I pay, I think, about $150 per month for my insurance. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. It was really interesting to see that you can save about 550 baht just in one day. So if you do that a few times throughout the week, you actually save up quite a bit that you can spend on the weekends. You can even put money away. So living here for $1,000 per month is definitely quite easy, as you've seen today. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think this is a realistic amount that you could live off every month. You know, I certainly do, but I'd like to know your thoughts because everyone lives a different kind of lifestyle. So anyway, as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.